Hi, welcome to my video on solving slope-intercept form of word problems. Let's do some examples. Fees for a taxi. Taxi A charges 50 cents or decimal 5.58 per kilometer plus an initial fee of $4. Taxi B charges 75 cents or decimal 75 of a dollar per kilometer plus the initial fee of $2.50. Find the number of kilometers when both taxis have the same number of kilometers and the same fee. So what we have to do, notice it has an initial fee and it has decimal 50. So what I'm going to do, this is $4 and this is cents, decimal 50. So what I'm going to do is make it easier and convert it to 50 cents. And the decimal 75, I'm going to make it 75 cents. And the $4, let's make it $4 is 400 cents. And $2.50 is 250. Let's keep it in cents. It's easier to deal with. You don't have to worry about dealing with the decimal. So what we're going to do is let F be the initial fee. And we're going to let K be the number of kilometers. So what happens if you have an initial fee? Let's go with taxi A. So the fee for taxi A is you have an initial fee of $4. That's like a y-intercept. These equations are going to be like y equals mx plus b, where b is your initial fee starting off, and you have 50 cents per kilometer, so it's 50 cents times k, so 50 cents times each kilometer. So that's that's like y equals mx plus b. And we'll do the same thing, y equals mx plus b. We'll do the fee for taxi B. So taxi B has $2.50, which is 250 cents starting off, and it puts in, you got to pay 75 cents for each kilometer that you travel. So these are the two equations. So we want to find the number of kilometers that are going to be the same. So we let the two equations equal each other. So 50k plus 400 equals 75k plus 250. And when you let them equal each other, we can put the k's on the left, make it negative 75k, and put the constant or the numbers on the right, and we change them. Notice 75 becomes negative, 400 becomes negative. That gives me a negative 25k equals 250 minus 400 is a negative 150. Negative 150 divided by negative 25 on both sides. They cancel. I get k equals 6. So 6 kilometers is when both taxis will have the same number of kilometers. So at 6 kilometers, we will have, and just a quick check. So if I take the fee for taxi A and put 6 kilometers in, 6 times 50 is 300 plus 400. So that's 700 cents, or we could make it say $7. And the fee for taxi B is 75k plus 250. So I'm going to put 6 in for k. So 75 times 6 is 450 plus the 250. That gives me again 700 cents, which is equivalent to $7. So 6k when both taxis travel both taxis travel 6 kilometers, you will be charged the same fee. Okay, let's do another one. A water level in 2 tanks has to be the same. So we have 2 tanks with the water levels has to be the same. One tank with 3,000 cubic meters is losing water at 100 cubic meters every hour. The other tank with 2,000 cubic meters is being filled with water at 100 cubic meters per hour. Find the number of hours and the volume when both of them have the same level. So again, let's we always start off, let V be the volume, and the volume is going to be in, let's see, what did we say the volume was? Cubic meters. And we're going to let T, as V there, let T be the time, and the time is in hours. Okay, so one tank at 3,000 cubic meters and is losing water at 100 cubic meters. So tank 1, let's call it tank 1. Tank 1 has already got a volume of 3,000, and the rate it's losing, so the rate is 100 cubic meters per hour. So if we want to get the volume that's going to be in the tank, it starts off with 3,000, that's like your y-intercept, and is losing 100 cubic meters every hour. So this is again like y equals mx plus b. And tank 2, the volume is 2,000 cubic meters, and it's being filled up, so the rate is a plus. It's being water being added, so it's 150 cubic meters per hour. And so the volume that represents tank 2 is going to be starting off at 2,000, and it's increasing by 100 cubic meters and times your time. Notice the volume is equal to your rate times time. So the volume is your rate. The volume that you're losing by is going to be 100 times your time. And here the volume is the rate times the time, and is gaining. So 2 of these have to be equal. So we're going to find out, I'm going to make the 2 equations equal and find out. So the volumes are going to be the same. So if we solve this equation to both volumes are going to be the same level. So we take, oops, that's 100 right there. Got to be careful now. So I got 150 T plus 100 T equals 3,000 minus 2,000. So this comes over to become a plus, and that goes over to the right, become a minus. So that's 250 T equals 3,000 minus 2,000 is 1,000. So I divide by 250 on each side. So T becomes 4. 4 hours. The time is in hours, so it's 4 hours. So that's the time when both of them would have the same volume. But let's go and work out one of the volumes. So I can take the 4 and put it here, or I can take the 4 and put it here. It don't make any difference which one I put it in, because it's going to be the same. So if I put it into tank 1, so let's take tank 1 formula, 100 T plus 3,000. And if I put 4 hours in for T, if it's losing 100 in 1 hour, then 4 hours is going to lose 400. And 400 add on 3,000 is 2,600. So that's 2,600 cubic meters. And that's when both. And just as a little check, I'll check very quickly. Let's take the tank 2 and do, its tank 2 is 150T plus 2,000. Well, 150 time is 4 hours. And that's 2,000. Okay, make sure it's 2,000. So 150 times 4 is 600 plus 2,000. So we're okay. We checks out. So the time is 4 hours, and the volume is 2,600 cubic meters. So again, you can see the equations are like y equals mx plus b. And just to mention that you notice as time goes by, this data is continuous. The data is continuous. Let's continue. So now I have some more, but this time I have the word practice here. Practice means that you pause your video, work out the answers, and see if you're going to be right. Also, I got a graph here to explain how this is going to work. 2 golf courses have fees charged. Riverdale charges $800 plus $60 per round. Forest View charges $500 plus $90 per round. The question is, when is Riverdale cheaper? Well, let's go and get the answer when the two of them are going to be the same. From there we can probably look at the graph and look at the equations to see. So we're going to let F be the fee, and it's going to be in, all of it is in dollars, so there's no dollars and cents, it's just dollars. And we let R be the number of rounds that's played. So what happens is that Riverdale, I'm going to call it the fee, and put R for Riverdale. So the fee for Riverdale is $800, so that's the initial fee, just like the Y-intercept that is starting off at, and it's going up $60 per round, so 60 times R. And the fee for Forest View, F, I'm going to use F for Forest View, it starts off at $500 starting off, and you're paying $90 per round. Again, the equations are like y equals mx plus b. So if I take the two equations and go 90r plus 500 equals 60r plus 800 and solve them, the two fees are going to be the same. So it's 90r minus 60r equals 800 minus 500, and 90 minus 60 is 30r equals 500 minus 800 minus 500 is 300, and we divide by 30 and we get r equals 3 into 30 goes 10. So 10 rounds, they'll both be the same. So let's put the 10 rounds, let's put r into this equation here. We call that equation 1, we call that equation 2 if you want. So I'm going to put r equals 10 into number 1. So f r is 60 times 10 plus 800. 60 times 10 is 600 plus 800 is $1,400 you're going to pay. That's when you both, if you play at both places, or somebody's at one place and at another, two different people, when both people have paid 10 rounds, they would have both paid $1,400. And so, which is cheaper? Or when's it cheaper? Well, let's look at the graph to decide that. And just to show you, if Forest View is 500 starting off, so this is rounds and this is the fees, F for fees, R for rounds. So if Forest View pays $500 starting off, and it goes up 90 per round, so notice I got, that's 100, 200, 300, 400, that's it's going up by 6, 7, 8, now I go up by 100. But that's, you're going up 90 and over 1. You're going up 90 again over 1. Isn't it a bit awkward to do? So what I'm going to do is find a point of intersection. So the point of intersection is 10 rounds, which is right here, and 1,400. So there's 1,500. That's 1,000, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 10 and 4. So this is the point. That point right there is 10, comma, 14. 10 rounds, and you got a fee of $1,400. Okay, so if I draw a graph now based on that, starting at the 500, this is what is going to look like this. And the other equation starts off at 800, which is right here, and it goes to the same point. So if it goes to that same point, there it is. And notice that this line is not really correct, because there should be only dots along this line. So this line should not be solid. There only should be a bunch of dots, because if you think about it, here it goes, there it is, dots. So this shading that I drew here as a force of habit is wrong. I should only have a bunch of dots, because you don't play a half a round and then pay some money. You can only pay 0, 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, etc. And 6. So the shading on this is not correct. So the data here is what we call discrete. The data is discrete. D-C-R. The data is discrete. It's not continuous. So we can only have dots. So these lines shouldn't be shaded. But they both intersect here. In relation to this problem, when is Riverdale? Now, so this is the fee for Forest View, and this is Riverdale right here is R, because Riverdale starts at 100. So Forest View is cheaper from 0 to 10 rounds, and Riverdale is more expensive from 0 to 10 rounds. But after 10 rounds, what happens? Riverdale is cheaper after 10 rounds. And Forest View gets more expensive, as you can see. Because if you go 11 rounds, let's pretend this is 11 coming up here. So right here, Riverdale would be cheaper, and Forest View would be more expensive. So it says, when is Riverdale cheaper? And Riverdale is here. So Riverdale is more expensive here and is cheaper here. So Riverdale is going to be cheaper after 10 rounds. So when it's greater than 10, not equal to 10, because at 10 they're both the same. So Riverdale is cheaper after 10 rounds. And remember, R belongs to the whole numbers, because if you don't play any golf at all, Riverdale charges you 800 and Forest View charges you 500 if you put 0 in. So it's greater than 10. Just thought I might work out some of these problems and show you what goes on. Okay, let's do another one. Again, practice means pause the video and see if you can work these out. And we'll explain as I do them. Lone P is $19,000 is paid off at a rate of $100 a month. Loan Q, which is $10,000, is paid off at a rate of $500 a month. Find the number of months when both loans have the same amount left to pay. So that means, notice again, I got a rate and a time. So I have, again, y equals mx plus b. But this is the formula that I use when you're doing x and y on a graph. But right now, this is in terms of real life problems. And again, this is discrete data again. The data on this is only a bunch of dots because you only pay once every month. You're not paying continually, so you can't shade the line in. Anyway, let's let A be the amount on the loan. A is the amount. And we'll let T be the number of months that you're going to take to pay it off. So again, loan, the amount for loan P, this is the amount, I got P, is you got $1,900. Now, it's interesting how you work this, because if you have a loan, that means you're in the hole. $1,900. And you're going to pay off $1,000 for every month. And the amount for Q, loan Q, is you got $10,000 that you owe, that you got to pay back, so that's a minus because you're in the hole. And you're going to pay off $500 every month. So what I'm thinking about is that this is the number, T is the number of months, and this is the amount. But notice this graph, I have it as down here, because the months start at 0 and continue. I can't be up here. If you think about it as a loan being a minus and you're increasing. So the slope is going, you're going, as you pay in 1 month, it keeps going. The amount keeps getting smaller and smaller. So let's let the two equations equal each other and find a time when they're both going to be the same. So here's the two equations equal to each other, and I'm going to solve. So 1,000 minus 500 T is a negative 10,000 plus 1,900, or 19,000. So I got 500 T equals 9,000. Divide by 500. It cancels out. 0, 0. So T is equal 90 divided by 5. Use your calculator. 90 divided by 5 is 18. So it's going to take 18 months to pay it off. So 18 months is find the number of months when both loans have the same amount left to pay. So it's at 18 months. So 18 months is, this is 12, 14, 16. So somewhere here. And how much do they have left to pay? Well, let's just check with one of them. Let's just check. We have 1,000 T minus 1,900. So if I put, that's 1,000 there. So if I put 18 months into this equation, 18 times 1,000 is 18,000, minus 19,000 is, have left to pay is 1,000. So that's 10. So again, that's 20 months. So 18 months is along here somewhere. And that's 10,000. There's a negative 8, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4. So that's 0. That's negative. That's 2,000 down. So it's right in the middle here. So 18 months. So that's right there is 18 months and a negative 1,000. So if I take the 1,900, which is right here, and draw a graph. Now I got to be careful. Remember, I can only plot dots. Not like, I won't make a mistake like I did last time. Just do the dots as you go along this line. There it is. So this is the amount. And the next one, we start at 10,000, and we can only, both of them are going to go through here. So there's the 10,000 right here, and here's the point. So I'm going here, and again, you can't shade it in because it's discrete math, is not continuous. You only pay monthly. So both of them, they stop right there. And this one keeps, so this one finishes right here, and this one finishes. So if you come along this line here, I'm going to do a dotted line. And this is, if I do a broken line here, only the dots that you're shading in. This one is paid off in 20 months. This one is paid off in 19 months. So it says find the number of months, and the number of months is 18 months paying. Both of them will have the same amount left. How much will they have left? Well, they only got $1,000 left to pay. So, a little interesting problem, but again, it's y equals mx plus b. It's the initial amount with so much coming off or going on. I thought I might make this one interesting. Here we go. Let's see. Let's read this carefully now. This is a little bit different. I made it up different. Number 3, a rectangle 8 centimeters by 3 centimeters has its width increasing 2 centimeters per minute. A triangle with a height of 12 and a base of 6 has its height increasing 4 centimeters per minute. So find the number of minutes and the area when both have the same area. So what's the number of minutes and the area when both of them will be the same? So notice the width is increasing 2 centimeters a minute. And here in the triangle, the height is increasing 2 centimeters a minute. Well, let's start the problem off. We'll let A be the area of each of the figures, and it's in, the area is going to be centimeters, so the area is in square centimeters. And we have time per minute, so we'll let T be the number of minutes. T represents time, but we'll do it in minutes. So we got A and T. So let's see what happens. Notice that the problem has the rate. So we have D equals RT. Distance equals rate times time. But in this case, we have the distance is the length of what the width is increasing by, and in the triangle what the height is increasing by. So this distance in the rectangle is the width, and the distance in the triangle is the height. So D equals RT. So let's deal with the rectangle. Here's the rectangle. And the rectangle is 8 by 3. Remember, rectangle got all right angles, so but this is the length and this is the width. But it says the width is increasing. So if D equals RT and the rate for the rectangle is increasing 2 centimeters a minute, so if the rate is a plus 2 centimeters per minute, MIN, then the length or the distance is 2 centimeters a minute multiplied by time, which is in minutes. So the minutes cancel out, so the length is going to be 2t centimeters. So for every minute that goes by, the width is increasing by 2. So 1 minute is 2, 2 minutes is 4, 3 minutes is 6, and so on, adding on to the 3. So that means that if this distance is going to be 2t because it's the time times 2. So that means the width, which is 3, you're going to have to add on 2t. So again, explain that if it's already 3, 1 minute passes, it's going to be 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 minutes goes by, it's going to be 4 plus 3 is 7. So the area is increasing as time goes by. And the area of a rectangle is length times width. And the length of a rectangle is 8. And the width is 3 plus 2t as time goes by. So the area of the rectangle is 8 times 3 is 24 plus 16t. And that's area, so that's going to be square centimeters. So let's look at the triangle, also doing the same thing. We got a triangle. There's a triangle. And it says the triangle got a height, the height of 12. So there's the height of 12. And it got a base of 6. So there's the base. Down there is 6. And its height, the height, or let's say the height is increasing 4 centimeters per minute. So the rate is a plus 4 centimeters for every minute. So the length or the distance is rate times time. So the rate is 4 centimeters a minute. Again, times t minutes. So that gives us 4t centimeters. So, but that's the height that's increasing. So that means if the height is 12 and it's increasing 4t, so it's 12 plus 4t. Again, in 1 minute passes, you're going to add 4 on, so it's a 16. 2 minutes is an 8 added on, so it's 20, etc., etc. So the area of a triangle is the half the base times the height. So that's a half. The base is 6. And the height is changing all the time, so it's a 12 plus 4t. And we work that out. Half of 6 is 3. So we get a 3 times 12 is 36 plus 12t. Now what happens is that both of these areas are going to be the same. So we can go and let 36 plus 12t equal 24 plus 16t. So 12t minus 16t equals 24 minus 36. Negative 4t equals negative 12. Divide by negative 4. And t is 3. T is 3. So after 3 minutes, both of these will have the same area. That's what it's saying. And it says find the number of minutes and the area. Well, if I put 3 into either one of these two, makes no difference. The area of the rectangle is 24 plus 16t. So 24 plus 16 times 3, 24 plus 48, 72. And that's again is in centimeters, so it's square SQ centimeter. And if I put 3 in here, I'll get 36. 36 and 36 is 72. So in 3 minutes, both of them had the same areas. And if you look at the chart or the graph here, let's look at the rectangle. The rectangle starts at 24 and goes up 16 every minute. So 24, that's in twos, so it's 20, 22. So there's the rectangle starting off right there. And let's see where they both intersect. At 3 minutes, which is, this is time, and this is area. That's the x and that's the y. Notice this area formula can be written down if you want as 16t plus 24. So 24 is what it's starting off at, and the slope is 16. And the formula for the triangle area is 12t plus 36. So the triangle is starting off at 36. That's 30, 32, 34, 36. So there's the triangle. And if you think about it, in the rectangle, you're going up 16 every minute. So you start here and you go up 16 over 1. You go up 16 more over 1. You go up 16 more over 1. And I'll do it. 3 minutes. This is time, giving you 72. So there's 70. 72 is right here for 3 minutes. So that dot right there is the point 3, 72. So, and this is continuous because time is going on every split second. So this is a solid line. This is continuous data. And the triangle hits at the same spot going through 36. So there's the triangle right there. And they both hit at 372. In 3 minutes, they'll both have 72. And again, if you just check, if you start here at 24 and go up 16, there's 24. 16 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Right there. Now go up 16 more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Perfect. And if you go up 16 more, you'll go right up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and you move over 1. Ah, perfect. So these are the points. If you just did some word pairs, but you got to join it because time is continuous. So I just thought I might mention this problem. It's a really, really good problem in your thinking because you got the length is increasing. So it's the length, it's the rate times the time. And if you like those problems, click my like button because I try to do as many problems as I can at the thinking level to help you think better. Don't want to make them too difficult, but math sometimes you got to do more to make it good. The more you do, the better you get, the better you're thinking. If you like my video, click on the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content that's on my YouTube channel. That's called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.